So I forgot, I only got 15 minutes. My videos can't be longer than 15. I haven't, boosted up to premium yet on YouTube. So here's part 2 of my Cuties review. Okay, she records them dancing at the request of one of the young ladies, because one of the young ladies actually befriends her first. She's kind of empathetic to her. They live in the same building, and ironically, she's not the other little black girl in there, which is another layer. Okay, so she's actually befriended, and the first person to be nice to her is one of the white girls in the group, and not the black girl. Right, the black girl is probably the meanest of the group to her, and so she actually befriends her. She brings her with her, and she says, hey, she's going to record this because, of course they want to upload everything to social media. So they basically don't think that she will be able to record them well, because they realize she's inexperienced with the phone, because they sent her into the boys' bathroom to record a young man using the bathroom because they want to see his penis. Okay. So all of these conversations that these young girls are having, that everyone keeps talking about, we're this and we're that, these are the same conversations that young girls are having in middle school today. They had in middle school and junior high when I was younger. These are not new conversations. They're just being brought into the forefront. And the biggest takeaway I had from this movie is how when children are not trained properly, because no one ever talked to Ami about any of this. Even one of her little friends finds something on the floor, she blows it up and realizes that it's a condom and didn't know it was a condom. No one has had these conversations with these young girls who are trying to discover who they are, and it gets overboard, especially for Ami. Ami completely loses herself in this movie. She actually steals from her family. She steals a phone from, I think, her cousin or her older brother. I'm not really sure who he was. And she now creates like this social media account so that she can upload things. And so she uploads a picture, she gets a like, and she's uploading all these dances and all this other kind of stuff, eventually online when she becomes more popular. But to better her dancing, she begins to watch videos of, rap videos. In these rap videos, they're women twerking. They shaking their behinds, they in G-strings, they humping the floor. This is what she sees as dance. This is what she sees as popular. This is what is selling. Okay, sex sells, remember? So this sex is selling. And so this young, impressionable young lady is watching this. And so she equates that to, this is what I need to learn to be liked, right? And it actually works. The girls begin to like her because they realize she can dance, and she begins to teach them these dances that are making them more popular for this contest that they're entering, right? So we go on a little bit, and we get to the scene that I saw actually that someone posted about them being fast and trying to talk to these older boys. And this scene does truly happen. However, the boys quickly tell them, you too young, go away, go be little kids, and no one outside of their age group, contrary to what people say, actually do anything to these young girls. Everyone tells them that you're a little girl. And that's actually part of the problem. They're trying to be more than what they are, but they keep getting turned away. And so in one of the incidents where she gets called a little girl because someone de-pants her, the rivalry group, the girl, her friends are trying to pull her from up under the girl, and her pants come down. And so they load that onto social media. So of course now her cute little girl underwear are exposed. And so everyone says that they're little girls. And so to rectify from being a little girl, she now uploads a nude. How many times have we seen that happen? How many times have young ladies done things like this because they're trying to get acceptance? They're trying to be seen as women, and then it backfires, which is what happens to Ami. It completely backfires on her. She loses her friends because of this, because they don't want to be attached to that. Even though they are a little fast and dancers, they know what's the line that you don't cross. Ami doesn't know because she hasn't been in that world. No one has talked to her about any of this. She thinks that all of it is okay. What's the big deal? I see it. People are doing it. Okay, y'all, come on, let's just dance. Get over it. So, of course, they can't just get over it. They want to pretty much be done with Ami. And so her family, of course, finds out about what she's doing. They try to get the demons out of her and cleanse her or whatever. They call the preacher, the pastor in, or the whoever he is. And of course, he tells the mother, there are no demons here. You know, it might be some other stuff, but it's no demons. You know, he tells her about, he tells the mother that, you know, he knows what you're going through, what she's going through with the wife. And, you know, you don't have to stay in this marriage, you know, but she's not possessed. So it's kind of like the producer and the director want us to see that Ami's problem is something that stems from the home and from the relationship maybe with her mother and what Ami sees her mother is going through. That is the implication that I got from that scene. I could be wrong. However, at the very end of the movie, Ami and her mother reconcile, and there becomes a place where they see each other. And once they see each other, Ami finds a sense of balance. But of course, all of that has to come after that competition scene where they're dancing and the crowd completely turns. They're no longer cheering for this. They're booing, trying to cover up their children's eyes, shaking their head. They're completely disgusted. And I don't know if Ami sees this or not, but she has a revelation while she's on the stage dancing. She kind of sees this glitter falling, which takes her back home in her mind. And it's like all of a sudden she realizes that this is not who she is. This is not what she needs to be doing. And so she tries to run, and she leaves and she runs home, calling for her mother. And her aunt, of course, meets her first. She runs into her aunt first, and her aunt begins to try to degrade her and talk about her being dressed like a whore, and her mother stands up for her, and her mother basically says to leave her alone. And this is on the day that her father is supposed to be marrying this other woman that he's brought into their home. And Ami decides not to go to the wedding, which her mother tells her is completely okay. She doesn't have to go. And it's like Ami all of a sudden finds a balance. Even though she's fully covered, she doesn't look homely anymore. Her hair isn't just pulled up into this ponytail and not, you know, it's kind of raggedy looking around the edges. It's not like that anymore. She's got her hair down and full. She's rocking that afro, the natural look, and she goes outside and she's glowing and she looks beautiful. And so she just begins to enjoy life and jump rope, and she's soaring, literally and figuratively. She's soaring at the end of this movie. So for me, Cuties touched on a lot of things, from cyberbullying to the impressions that we are putting on our young people through the videos and things that we're putting out. It also hit on the reality of trying to come into yourself. We've all done those things, but just for most of us, especially my age, social media didn't exist back then. Thank you, hallelujah. Okay, because if that was the case, I know. Yeah. So I'm not canceling Netflix. I am actually saluting the producer and director for this eye-opening film. It would be wonderful if it really had the power to make change. If people really became as appalled with society as they are with this movie. But we already know that that's not a reality because we're hypocrites. We want to feel like we are dignified and justified and righteous, you know, and calling out all of the wrongs, but we won't do anything to change for real. We're going to continue to listen to the things that we want to listen to. We're going to continue to dress the way that we want to dress. We're going to continue to put our little girls in all these inappropriate things. And, you know, and you have every right to do that. But I'm going to need you to get your holier than thou, hypocritical behind off of social media counseling stuff when you know what you're doing in reality. Because up and down my timeline of cancel culture for Netflix, I'm just shocked by how many people that I know don't need to be saying nothing about the movies Cuties. But neither here nor there. If you have a problem with cuties, please make sure that you are setting the solid, good example in your home for your daughters. Please make sure that you are not putting your daughters in things like pageants that over sexualize your young girl. Please make sure that you are not putting her in dance organizations that over sexualize your young girl. Please make sure you're not putting her in cheer organizations that are over sexualizing your young little girl. Please make sure that she has all clothes that come down to her knee and none of those little booty shorts. And I don't want to hear, oh, but she's young, it don't matter. Take her out the booty shorts, take her out the halter tops, all that kind of little stuff. I need for you to do some self-checking, because I'm willing to bet a lot of people who are so quick to cancel Netflix behind this movie have some of those skeletons in their daughters' closets right now. That's my take. Y'all know how I feel. I love you. Peace.